Hello, Babette. Can you tell me where you were born?
In Derryhenny.
You were born in Derry?
I was.
And whereabouts did you live when you were a small child in Derry? Where was your home place? Where was your home place in Derry?
It's gone now. It was a post office and there was a shop and all. Just as you go down towards the crossroads, it was in there on the left. A big, big house. But it's gone. It was torn up, I think.
And was that beside where Hanlon's pub used to be?
Beside?
Where Hanlon's pub used to be?
That's right.
That was it, yes. Yeah.
That's quite right, yeah.
And did you yourself attend Derry School? Did you go to Derry School as a child?
I did, yes.
You did?
I was 9 now when I came to Derry School. I had been in school in Durlow first because we lived in Durlow. My father taught in Meanathochen.
Right.
And it's halfway between Durlow and Derry. And one day my uncle came down and he asked Mum, would she come home? Because he said Auntie Gracie was in the office. There was an office and a shop and a pub, and it was a business place. And he said she hasn't time, and Granny will go way out on them, and she was kind of doting, and so she went down and he asked Mum would she come home. And of course she loved that house and she was delighted to come back. I don't think my father was too happy. He liked Dunlow. He had friends and they played billiards and stuff like that. He had no social life while he was in Derry at all, and he didn't have a car.
Right,
so
right.
that he had to hire a car anytime he went away anywhere. And it was always the same man. And I used to go and pay the bill every month. And his bill every month was £30 then.
Wow.
Yeah, he was fond of going away out of Derry because he didn't like it. And often I would be the one to go with him. But that's what he used to pay. And I've often thought since, he could have bought a car on HP.
He definitely could have, I think.
For,
that would have been a lot of money.
But no, he never did.
Yes. Yeah. So at what age would you have left school?
When I was 14 in Derry School, I did an exam they called the Prep. And it was preparatory school, to preparatory school for national teaching. So I got Prep, and then I went to Falcara. That's where the school was then.
Right. And how did you get to school?
I was there for 4 years.
How did you get there? How did you get there? Did you travel each day, or did you have to move up there?
Boarded.
You boarded?
After Christmas and a day or two maybe at Halloween. There were girls in my class from Tipperary and Cork and Wexford.
Oh gosh.
You went in on a result of an All-Ireland exam.
So you must have been extremely clever then.
Oh dear, oh. But it was very good. But anybody that went in there went straight into the training college for national teaching.
Right.
So there's where I ended up.
Been in Lomuck when it snowed, when there was snow.
We walked out. And the priest heard we were walking out. He told us no, not to do that. When the snow was bad, to stay at home.
Yeah.
But we were afraid we would get hurt maybe and that he would get the blame or something.
Well, yes. It's pretty scary driving to Fintown when in the bad weather.
Yeah, it is.
Yes. Yeah.
You were at school in Lomuck, Tony, weren't you?
I was in Lossett too. I started with her in Lossett, and that was my first school. So anywhere she taught, she took all of us with her, really.
Right, right. So you taught your own children?
Yeah. Yeah. You did, didn't you? You taught all of us. You taught all of us.
I did, yeah.
That must have been weird, having your mum as your teacher as well.
Yeah. It was strange.
Huh?
That must have been weird, having the mum teaching them as well.
It must have been strange, she said.
Weird.
You teaching us.
I didn't think it any was strange.
No.
Once I went into the school, there was the teacher, it was the moocher, and that was it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah?
Me how to do it. I never knitted anything except jumpers for my own kids.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right. So you weren't doing...
but I never knitted for money.
No.
Had time.
Did your own mother do the knitting?
No, Mum never knitted.
No. No, there was quite a lot of them around here who did knit.
Oh,
That the whole family would knit, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a big thing then.
Yeah.
And we're very good as well. We're really top
Remember
class.
the one Tony
Yeah.
Nancy Jo? No.
Cassie Jo.
Mrs. What was she?
But we only knew her as Cassie Jo.
Cassie Jo.
From Dunlow.
She used to call up to get the jumper.
We were banished
Yeah.
when she would come to collect the jumpers.
And one day the jumper wasn't ready, and the following day, I used to go to Dunlow at the weekend to shop, so it was sat down with me, and I had to visit Cassie Jock and give her the jumper, and she opened it out and she started looking at it, and she started finding faults with it, and she said, "Tell them that this isn't the right measurement, that this isn't." Oh, a whole list of things I were to tell them. I came home and I never said a word. I never told them anything. I decided she could do her own telling if she wanted to do.
Can you remember when you were working in Dury School, how many would have been in the classroom with you? How many children would you have been teaching at any one time then, as opposed to the small number of children there are now in the class? Would there have been a big number of children?
It varied from 15, maybe up to 24 or 25. The 24 to 25 is hard going for one person because you had to have 28 for 2 quarters before they gave you an assistant.
Right.
I got an assistant once or twice, I think. But then you see the numbers had dropped then I lost her again and it was back to square one.
And how would you go on sort of like teaching a class of 20 odd children when they were varying ages? Because I mean, obviously the mathematics for a 5-year-old and the mathematics for a 10-year-old is completely different.
Now, the best we used to keep infants with themselves, and then you would put 1, 2, 3 together, and depending on 4th class, if they were a good class, clever or smart or whatever, you put them with the seniors. But if they were slow, they were better left with the middle group.
Right.
And that's how it was done.
Right.
Yeah.
And were they all generally well behaved for you, the children? Were the children generally well behaved for you?
Oh, God, they made you very well behaved.
Yeah.
Never.
I remember one day, and this is a typical example of what went on in Dury School. A letter came in from one of the mothers. Now, a letter coming into a school from one of the mothers usually spells trouble. But the letter came in this day, and it was from, do you remember Mary Hunenberg? And Mary was a friend of mine from school days of her own. And she had written, "Dear Baba, they told me that John was giving you trouble in the school yesterday and you had to move him. He was down in the back seat." And I did, but he wasn't giving me any trouble. He was talking when I knew he wasn't working. And I put him up at the seat beside the table. But all the other, as we brothers and sisters told on him when he went home. And the mother sent in the note to say that he was very sorry that he had given trouble and that he wouldn't do it again. And I would say the father probably was because he was very sure.
He probably did get a clip for that, yes.
You don't get that. No, you rarely got that. But that's the kind of school it was.
Yeah. So did you enjoy working at Dury School?
I loved it. Yeah.
Did you?
I did.
And from the people that we have spoken to, they were all very much loved Baba. Yes, yeah. You were a very popular teacher.
Of course, I don't know about that. You see, they were nearly all children of the ones that had been to school and me themselves, except for the Jallin's wife and who was the other one who was a blow-in?
McKelvey the McKelveys from up Cumeen.
McKelveys, that's right. They weren't too bad. But the other one used to send her kids out to school in the morning and she had nothing to do all day. So she brought them down to the school herself. And I used to go, foolish enough in the beginning, I would go to the porch to talk to her. So good God, I would be looking in and I knew the children she'd be working, but they weren't there chatting. And it was coming up to 10 o'clock and she was making no move to go. And in the end, I used to have to say to her that, I think you better go now because the children had to start work.
Yeah.
Then go in and I had to go in and do the work with them. And then I said to her, I'll tell you what, I said, if you want to tell me anything or if there's anything bothering you, sure, write a wee note and send it in. So the note surely started coming in. It was nice, not sorry. Barry Gallagher's wains were fighting with her wains when they were going home from school. The children, there were 2 families were fighting going home from school. And I thought to myself, when I opened the note and let it, I'm responsible for them till they go out from that gate. The mother should be there to pick them up at the gate. Yeah. She wasn't.
Not your responsibility once the bell goes.
So I sent the note down to the guard and I said, this is out of my remit. I think maybe you should look into it if they were fighting going home from school. He went way up that road and he went into every house that was up. And there was a dog in every house and he asked to see the dog licence. I finished the note and the lady wasn't very popular. She pulled in her horns and she cut out the school altogether and she left me in peace. Foot on the step and thinking, I've come home.
Dewey School was so special.
I was very happy in Dewey School. I wasn't happy in no school at all. I had no friend except one girl who wasn't in the same class as me. And I don't know why. I do. I've often thought, I was happy enough in the beginning, infants first, second. That's when I went into 3rd class, and the teacher we had there was a woman who lived outside the town. And she had 2 girls of her own, and one of them was in the same class that I was. And for some reason or other, she didn't like me. And I really did get a hard time in it, And I was bad at spelling anyway, and she'd always keep me in at lunchtime for spelling.
I can't believe you were bad at spelling, Baba.
Aye, very bad. And then I used to have, my mother arranged, because we had to walk 3 miles down to Meanmore home from school, that a lady that she knew in the town would give us lunch, give us big tea for us at lunchtime. And I was supposed to go up to there to put my tea every day. But I was always late coming in for the tea. And the one was wanting to know why I was late. And like that, I didn't like to say that I was kept in because I didn't know my spellings. So I said the whole class was kept in.
Oh, right.
And I knew I was telling a lie. And it bothered me. It always stuck with me. And it meant that from there on, I would always be very careful if I could at all, always to tell the truth.
Very good.
Good. Wait till it was gone.
And what had he been sent up to Andy McDevitt with? What was it that he?
Was it ringworm?
Huh?
Was it ringworm? Ringworm.
It was ringworm.
So he had the cure for ringworm as well.
That was ringworm. And one thing he said to him, Kevin, when he came here, he said, for 6 months you're not allowed to take drink. And I started to laugh. And I said to him, Andy, I says, this fellow's only 7 or 8, whatever he was hardly be going for a drink anyway. Yeah. I was thinking in terms of whiskey or something. He said that to the men that went to him. And he looked at me and he said, he says, I mean every kind of drink. He's not allowed to take minerals for 6 months. And Kevin did it religiously. He didn't even take a glass of orange or anything until the 6 months were up.
Right.
He never came back.
Wow.
Yeah. And he came home. And he must have told her, she didn't know about it, about the terrace down there. And he knew about it when he asked her to go down and do the terrace for him. He had certain prayers to say and he had to walk round it so many times.
Yeah.
And she did it for him, and it cured him. He was cured.
What was the ailment that he had that he needed curing?
I know, I don't remember his name.
No, what was the ailment? What did he need curing?
God, it was the ringworm. I don't remember that.
Sarah's Well was renowned for cures for skin complaints, but
it's mostly skin things.
Yeah. Would you?
Yeah.
Do you know many of the people who used to be in the band? Would you know many of the people who were in the band?
Yeah, Patty was in the band.
Her
wasn't he?
husband, her daddy
Yeah.
was in the band.
Was he?
husband was in
He
the
was in the band.
He played the drum, the big drum.
Did he?
Yes.
How long did he be in the band for?
Aye.
How long was he in the Dury band?
A couple of years, I would
Was
think,
he?
anyway,
As
yeah.
long as it lasted.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
Do you know what I remember about the band?
Danny McDermott led it. And somebody, Mrs. Francis, the sergeant's wife, made a song about it.
Was it not-
Somebody,
was
Eamon Dougal just twiddled the flute. The music was something grand. A credit to old Dury Boys was Danny McDermott's band. Yeah.
I
She
don't
made the
remember
song,
Danny
wrote the
McDermott in
song
it.
about it.
But Tommy Rose's, what relation would Tommy Tam have been to
Eh?
What relation to Rose was Tommy Tam, you know, that used to lead the band? Do you know Tommy that used to lead the band? Tommy Tam.
Tommy Tam, yes.
What relation was he to Rose? Uncle?
Sisters, she'd be a sister's child, I think.
Right. So he'd be an uncle.
He'd be the uncle, aye.
Okay. Tommy was very proud and he used to swing
I think
he would
that's
be
what
after
it was
Danny
anyway.
now.
Right.
But you know what I remember about the band? It only came out really for St. Patrick's and for Easter Sunday, and they used to go down to competitions in Dunlow. But Mum used to sew on Daddy's trousers
A white thing.
down on the side.
I remember showing all those.
Yeah, all the band lads had it, and it was brilliant. Like, we loved it when they would play at the start of Mass for St. Patrick's and for Easter Sunday, and then at the end. And on St. Patrick's, they would actually go back to the village and march down here all the way down to the pub in Balnacarrick, do a few tunes down there, and back up again to Dury.
Very good.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
That's right.
Mm.
Well, we had some pictures of the Dury band that have turned up at the classes, and we've been having a look at them and trying to name all the people in the pictures. And Joey Ward would have been one of the ones carrying the flag
That's
at
right.
the back. Yes, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
But that band used to go after the Mass in Dury, and they'd go home for their dinner, and then they'd collect again in the pubs in the village and have a drink. And then they would head off and they would play down as far as the pub in Balnacarrick.
Yeah.
And we were forever wanting to go down to walk with the band, like to walk after them. And my mother went out, there was three of us in it. There's me and Connell and my sister Mary, God rest her. She was younger, but she started to cry and she said, Mum would let the two of us go, but she didn't want to let Mary go because she thought Mary was too young. And Mary started to cry, and in the end we persuaded Mum to let her come. So she did walk with us. But sure, we weren't halfway over to Derryhenny school till Mary started to cry with pains in her legs. And we had to turn and take her back home. And my mother wouldn't let us go back again.
Oh, no.
So we missed out. So we knew,
She ruined your day.